Good evening. This is the Guyana Learning Channel's news in capsule for Wednesday, July 28, 2021. Here are the top stories. Exxon Mobil announces 2 new oil discoveries and COVID message released in indigenous languages. In the world of sports, Biles withdraws from Olympic finals. Regionally, CARICOM says St. Lucia's elections was fairly conducted. And internationally, Argentinian lagoon turns pink. With the news in detail, I am Dinelli Singh. Exxon Mobil on Wednesday announced 2 new oil discoveries at Whiptail in the Stabroek block offshore Guyana. The Whiptail 1 well encountered 246 feet of net pay in high-quality oil-bearing sandstone reservoirs, while drilling is ongoing at the Whiptail 2 well, which has encountered 167 feet of net pay in high-quality oil-bearing sandstone reservoirs as well. According to Exxon, drilling continues at both wells to test deeper targets, and results will be evaluated for further development. The Whiptail discovery is located approximately 4 miles southeast of the Waro 1 discovery that was announced in January 2020, and approximately 3 miles west of the Yellowtail field. Whiptail 1 is being drilled in 5,899 feet of water by the Stena Drill Max, while Whiptail 2, which is located 3 miles northeast of Whiptail 1, is currently being drilled at 6,217 feet of water by the Noble Don Taylor. ExxonMobil envisions at least 6 projects online by 2027 and sees potential for up to 10 projects to develop its current recoverable resource base. Meanwhile, the government of Guyana welcomed these new discoveries offshore Guyana and reinforced its commitment to the sustainable exploration and development of Guyana's oil and gas resource. Minister of Natural Resources Honorable Vikram Bharat, in a press statement, noted that the respective discoveries will add to the previously announced gross discovered recoverable resource estimate for the block, which is currently estimated to cover over 9 billion oil equivalent barrels. As with discoveries prior, the government of Guyana foresees this new development increasing the potential for additional floating production storage and offloading vessels, FPSO. This is further set to increase the estimated recoverable resources given by the operator SO Exploration and Production Guyana Limited. The Ministry and the petroleum sector regulatory agencies remain committed to working with all operators in efforts to expedite their respective drill programs as the government seeks the sector's expansion. The Ministry of Health has released a series of audio COVID-19 vaccination messages in the 9 indigenous languages to ensure that Guyana's first people understand the impact of the disease and how to protect themselves. Minister Anthony made the disclosure during Tuesday's COVID-19 update. According to Minister Anthony, the ministry was able to hire a translator to highlight the importance of getting vaccinated. Apart from the indigenous languages, some persons in other regions also speak a mixture of Portuguese and English, or Portuguese, and in other areas, Spanish. Dr. Anthony said the ministry has been able to work with those bilingual and trilingual persons to get the vaccination messages across. Meanwhile, the minister is again appealing to faith-based organizations to inform their adherents of the importance of vaccination. This was extracted and modified from the Department of Public Information. And now in the world of sports. 4-time Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles has withdrawn from the women's gymnastics team final. Her excuse? Prioritizing her mental health. The American left the arena after the vault, but later returned to support her teammates as they claimed silver behind the Russian Olympic Committee. Biles, 24, scored 13.766, her lowest Olympic vault score, before withdrawing from the event. Since her withdrawal, Biles has been applauded by other sportsmen and women for her brave move. Biles is the most successful U.S. gymnast of all time and winner of 4 gold medals and a bronze at Rio 2016. The 30-time Olympic and World Championship medalist needs 4 podium finishes in Tokyo to become the most decorated gymnast, male or female, in history. This was modified from CNN Sport. And now for regional news. The CARICOM Election Observation Mission CEOM to St. Lucia has concluded that the recently held July 26 general elections was free, fair, and transparent. The observers arrived in St. Lucia at the behest of Prime Minister Alan Chestnut to observe the conduct of the general elections, which took place in St. Lucia on Monday. The advance team, comprising of Chief of Mission and the CARICOM Secretariat support staff, arrived in St. Lucia on July 20, 2021. The 10-member observation mission comprised Antigua and Barbuda, Guyana, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. The mission was led by Ms. Fern Narciscope, Chief Elections Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Elections and Boundaries Commission. The July 26 general election, like many others in the region and around the world, was held amid the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result of this, the Electoral Department and the Ministry of Health had to implement rigorous COVID-19 protocols to ensure the safety of the electorate and the election staff. These included social distancing among the electorate, hand sanitizing before entering the polling stations, sanitization of tools used to vote, and wearing of face masks. Fern Narciscope said adequate policy security was in place at all locations visited, with officials conducting their duties professionally and efficiently. This contributed to the level of calm that accompanied the day's activities. However, a higher level of police participation could have maintained the social distancing among electors. This was extracted and modified from Loop News. And now for international news. A lagoon in Argentina has turned pink after experts and activists say the water was polluted by a chemical plant used in fish factories. The lagoon turned pink last week after the company began dumping their chemical waste into the lagoon after protesters blocked the roads to other disposal sites. This was extracted and modified from CNN. With that, we've reached the end of today's broadcast. Be sure to join us again tomorrow right here on the Guyana Learning Channel for more educational news and updates. On behalf of the technical team, thanks for watching, and remember to protect yourselves and the people you love against COVID-19. Get vaccinated.